Alec, what's up?
Well, we had a first of sorts in Survivor history. Again, in an All Stars, which is wild. We had somebody walked. It wasn't just what Austin did last season,
Well,
where
Austin didn't. He didn't get voted out, but he did
yeah,
go to tribal council.
yeah, they went to tribal council, but here we had Jenna walking away from the competition before the immunity challenge even happened. So that's a first. Doesn't really happen very often.
Yeah, it was a very sad moment. Very,
It was a very sobering
yeah.
moment for sure.
But Jenna will go home.
Hmm.
And the rest of the episode was them building their shelter for the Home Depot challenge.
The Home Depot challenge. So there still was stuff happening. Saboga, as I said, had weirdly newfound confidence with Rudy, without Rudy being there. The team with Boston Rob won the competition as shocking literally no one, except for I guess Sue, who wanted them all to lose. And but Saboga, even though they were like, yeah, we're together, they were immediately torn apart by the building.
Rupert's disastrous
Yeah,
idea.
it's pretty bad.
We still have all the
But
tribe dynamics going on.
Yep, but they have one less on Chapera
Which could, I
hero.
mean, it could be very have a huge impact for sure. It depends how these challenges go, but it does put
Oh
them
no,
one
not
less.
Shapiro. Not Shapiro. I meant Mogo Mogo has one less.
Mogo Mogo.
Mogo Mogo.
You use one less winner on the board, one less
Hmm.
any player on the board is a huge deal,
Yeah.
and one less for that tribe. So then if they go to tribal council next, it's like suddenly your
Yeah.
odds just got significantly worse.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see how it goes. Click the link in the description if you want to see the highlights of our reaction. Come back here for the discussion. All
Absolutely.
right.
Let's do it.
There you have it. That was episode
Yeah.
4 of Survivor All Stars. Rob Sesternino voted out.
Man.
Um, I mean, just I'm serious. Looking at that tribe, like Rob, Boston Rob got out the only other like real strategizer, on that
Yeah.
tribe. So now he's
It's
with a
very
bunch
true.
of goofballs and you
And
know.
people that have come in fourth. I'm trying to remember. So Sue is four.
It's like Sue and Big Tom are like the
Big Tom.
character all
Yeah.
stars, and then you
Yeah.
have Alicia and Amber who are like, why are they on All Stars?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then
And
Rob is
then
there to pick up the scraps.
and then and then Boston Rob's there because he was obviously very popular. He attempted to control the game in Marquesas, just fell a little too short, flew a little too close to the sun a little too early.
But then like probably
And Rob Cisternino was like a
the most All
mastermind.
Star there just got voted out. So
Yeah, yeah, easily the most
look,
All Star
so
there. So it's like okay,
so he got voted out. I mean, because he is such a smart player. Also,
yeah,
they've been showing the whole time how he hasn't been meshing as well as the others in this
yeah. He
tribe.
has. He's made some significant screw ups, I would say.
Like not
Um,
pulling his weight around
Yeah, not
camp.
really pulling his weight. Yeah, that's he was able to get away with that a little bit in the last time, but you had a bunch of other members. But he was also on the tribe with friggin' Kung Fu Chop, and
Hmm.
he was on that tribe last time. So
He was able to
like,
navigate from a position of
yeah,
not being the
the target.
provider, but when you come to
Yeah,
All Stars and they know you're a game. Even Kathy in that
mm,
little challenge was like, "Yeah, I know you're a snake. That's what I know." Like everyone knows his game,
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
so it's a lot harder to navigate. Again, with All Stars, all knowing each other's games. So,
yeah. It's tough. It's for sure.
but I mean, Boston Rob shook his hand. Let's make this
Yeah,
deal.
made the deal, and well,
Damn it!
damn it. So
But yeah,
yeah,
other
so
than
this
that, we
episode
did have
featured.
Rob and Amber gonna do it. That was
Apparently, Boston Rob and Amber are gonna do it, according to Rob Cisternino. So that's gonna happen. Look forward to that.
look forward to
Um,
that.
it's a rainy season in Panama. Floods, many floods.
So just a lot of miserable. Primarily the Saboga were very miserable because of Rupert's shelter.
Yep.
But
And then Rupert rebuilt the shelter, which we saw very little of.
yeah, so one little shot of them in it for a
Yep.
second. There was the challenge, which was the callback to the Amazon challenge, where they got the tribes to interact with each other by
Hmm.
exchanging to make matches with their little items.
Yep. And that was like match game. Like, and it was like, hey, let's have all the very attractive people flirt and have a good time or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But now it's the All Stars, who they all
yeah.
know each other in some way,
Yeah.
so
So
they
it's,
interact. They can have fun interacting with each other there.
yeah. So Chapera won that one.
And they were
They
on
won a
top of
bunch
the
of
world.
soap.
They
They were
hadn't lost
bathing
anything.
together. Yeah, it was great.
And then come the challenge where you have the three callers: Richard, Jerry, and Alicia, calling everybody else blindfolded, taking some brutal hits. And then Shapira loses that one. So
Yeah,
here
and
we
they
are.
and they straight up didn't be like, wow, Alicia, you did a horrible job leading people, and that was where like Big Tom was like, well, I don't know, he's a good thinker, and she can't think. She doesn't seem to
I
be a
don't
good
think
footwork.
Rob had a good read on it. Rob's sister Nino had a good read on anything going on because you didn't. There was no semblance of like clear opposition there. Like there wasn't any
Yeah,
scrambling going on. It was just kind of everybody was kind of in agreement that Rob will be the first one voted out, and then he just
yeah,
was none the wiser there.
it was just kind of, yeah, exactly. It was sort of like Boston Rob sort of worked his magic in a way, again, where he basically has control of this tribe.
He put his fate in Boston Rob's hands with that handshake, and just
Yeah,
hoping that was the truth.
yeah, well,
Unfortunate, like a lot of these early votes, they're some of the true all stars right here.
yeah,
Like Rob's sister Nino, the all star of that tribe,
yeah, pretty much.
and now, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that tribe continues, and also there's apparently the first twist of the season next time.
Yeah, where it's like, oh wow,
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 I'm sure
wow,
it's epic.
yeah.
I'm sure it's epic. And what else? Anything else from this episode?
Oh well, Richard Hatch got a lot of eels. He brought a bunch of eels. So the block puzzle was like basically giant Tetris pieces. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. But they're like 3-dimensional, and they like
Yeah.
locked into each other. And
I'm just trying to think if there's really much of anything else. This is kind of like it weirdly like content light episode.
mm-hmm.
It kind of felt like there wasn't really like there was some like arc sort of similar thing, like Jerry being exhausted and then getting over it with Bennett Foddy. And then we um, and then yeah, it was just like okay,
There just wasn't much drama, and then
yeah,
the vote itself wasn't that interesting because
because it was just like okay, well, I guess we knew that because he's been on the outs. I mean, I know Sue's like, well, I've been on the outs since day one because I'm a bitch or whatever, so but it's really like Rob Sesternino has been on the outs since day one, pretty much. Like he just hasn't ever, like you said, he hasn't really gotten a good read of the dynamics. Like yeah, Amber and Boston Rob, but like he never really like weaseled his way in to ally himself with anyone, which is kind of wild after 12 days. Like not, he didn't get like Big Tom or anything like that. He didn't really get.
mm-hmm.
I mean, Big Tom seemed to be partially on his side, but not enough to not vote for
This is
him.
what we've gotten the sense the others were closer. I mean,
Yeah,
it might not
yeah.
have been that obvious there to him because they knew that. I mean, the show knew that he would be voted out episode 4, so they could frame it that way more.
Yeah,
and like
that's true.
emphasize
That's
the
true.
parts
The
where
editing.
he's being
the
left
outs.
out of stuff and
Yeah,
awkwardly digging on the beach.
yeah, that was so bizarre. Oh yeah, so they were digging for the. That was one thing where they were digging for the key, and then they found whiskey, and yep.
It's worth noting the Robin Amber thing for sure because it's very. I mean, they talked about it so publicly. The tribal council is like.
Yeah, they've never been that overt. No, nothing like that. There's no like relationship that's been that overt on Survivor before.
Yeah, now it's the elephant in the room. Everybody.
Yeah.
We're saying how close they are.
Yeah, and even Rob was like, "Yeah, we've been flirting a lot,"
So that's something to watch out for. Two inseparable people.
That's to contend with for sure. But they are a very cute couple, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
They're
very warm.
Yeah,
From what I can gather, Boston Rob
so,
seems to be pretty warm.
You're so warm. It's like, why do you say it? Like, I mean, like, I get it. It's both like, I'm tired and also flirtatious, and also it was freezing that night, so any warmth would be really nice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, so you get it.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
It was still fun. It was still funny to see and hear.
Rob Cesternino, our favorite from the Amazon, is gone.
Yeah. It's a
So
shame.
we didn't get him to. He didn't get to work his magic at all. Like we didn't get.
No.
He didn't necessarily deliver on this All-Star season for us. Probably what the producers were expecting him to deliver. We got a couple fun confessionals, but other than that, unfortunate for him.
They're gonna do it.
And as a Survivor fan, must have been rough for him too. But so, what video would you recommend our viewers watch after they go watch this one?
Go check out. Our reaction to the Amazon finale episode.
Now both of our Amazon representatives are gone.
It's very true. Yeah.
Back. So check that out.
Go see them in action.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our podcast feed. Like the video. Leave a comment. Hit the notification bell and follow us on Twitter at Tarqaron TWO.
Yes.